2024 was a very important year for the world of video games, but not for the reasons you might expect. It wasn't a year defined only by masterpieces that will be remembered forever, even though there were some excellent titles. What made 2024 truly unique was the reflection it sparked, especially thanks to the nomination of Balatro as Game of the Year. This event made many people question what really makes a video game special, and most importantly, what it takes to captivate and move players. For many years, the quality of a video game was judged mostly by its graphics. The more realistic a game looked, the better it was considered, as if great graphics were the ultimate goal of the medium. But this way of thinking is starting to change. The nomination of a game like Balatro, which doesn't have cutting-edge visuals, raised an important question. Why do we play video games? Do we play to have fun, to escape reality, to explore incredible worlds? Or do we play just to admire images that look like real life? This question gets to the heart of what video games really are. Studios like From Software and Atlas are perfect examples. Their games don't aim to be technically perfect, but they stand out thanks to their unique artistic direction. The beauty of a game doesn't come only from how realistic it is, but from what it manages to convey and the emotions it creates. Think about Persona 5. Its visual style isn't just nice to look at, it's an essential part of the game's identity. Every color, shape, and melody works together to create a world that can't be compared to others just based on graphics. Many modern games, on the other hand, seem to lose this ability to stand out. We live in an era where many games, even though they are technically amazing, end up feeling very similar to each other. The race for realistic graphics has made the gaming landscape more uniform, almost sterile, as if developers are only trying to reach the highest graphical quality instead of focusing on what makes a game truly memorable. Yet, the games we remember most are almost never the ones with the best graphics. They are the ones that moved us, made us think, or gave us unique experiences. How often do we find ourselves replaying games from years ago instead of going back to recent ones? Nostalgia is part of the reason, but it's not the whole story. When we return to games like Skyrim or Dragon Age Origins, it's not just to relive memories, but because those worlds still feel alive. Those games offered intricate stories, deep characters, and a real sense of exploration. Compare them to modern titles like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. While visually stunning, how many of its 70 hours of gameplay truly stay with us? Too often, we just follow markers on a map, going from point A to point B, without ever feeling like the world around us is real. Older games remain charming not just because of nostalgia, but because they were designed differently. In the past, with limited technical resources, developers had to focus on what really mattered: ideas, gameplay, and stories. Every technical limitation became an opportunity for creativity. Today, it feels like the race for graphical realism has led many studios to sacrifice everything else. And part of the blame lies with us, the players. How many times have we criticized a game for looking like it's from a PlayStation 2 or not being next-gen enough? With such expectations, it's no surprise that studios feel pressured to invest millions into advanced graphics engines, driving up costs and risks. But this cycle is unsustainable. If a game doesn't sell enough, the studio risks shutting down. This situation has led to an interesting phenomenon. While AAA games are starting to feel like interactive movies, indie games have become a refuge for players looking for authentic experiences. Independent developers don't have the resources to compete graphically, but they turn this limitation into a strength. They can experiment, take risks, and create games that aim to entertain and surprise. Playing an indie game on PC often feels like going back to a time when video games were driven by passion and creativity, not just sales targets. Recently, I started playing Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, a game I had never tried before. Its graphics compared to modern titles might seem outdated, yet its charm is undeniable. Every setting, every piece of music, and every game mechanic tells a story that goes beyond visuals. Kingdom of Amalur doesn't just show itself. It invites you to explore its world, uncover its secrets, and immerse yourself in its stories. This experience is very different from many modern games, where the world often feels like just a backdrop for a list of tasks to complete. In the end, the question is simple. What do we want from video games? If our goal is only to admire spectacular graphics, then maybe we're heading toward a future filled with interactive movies. But if we want to be surprised, inspired, and entertained, then maybe it's time to rethink our priorities as players. We need to stop judging games only by their visuals and start valuing ideas, storytelling, and gameplay. Only then can we hope for a future where video games return to being what they should be, a form of art that combines technology, creativity, and passion to deliver unforgettable experiences.